Good morning and welcome to today's Dashcam Diary of a Disabled. It's hard to smile this morning. I feel nauseous. I just want to puke feeling. I'm so out of alignment right now and it's messing with my vagus nerve. And a lot of my nerves down my arms to my hands. I had a lot of numbness and tingling last night in my hands, and it woke me up multiple times. I changed positions and it didn't seem to help. It would like just put my other hand numb in other ways. It's not fun, people. I'm slowly starting to show who I am with my medical knowledge in my Rave Family Messenger group. I think it's important for them to know. Not that I need to like spill my life story and like every little thing and blah 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 blah. I just need to talk about it, and I am going through it right now with a bad flare. I don't feel good at all. I threw my back out on Monday, so where everything was like in spasm. And so everything's like still in flux right now. Oh man, I forgot to take my steroids. Man, that sucks. So what I would like to do is I'd like to go to my appointment, my chiropractor. It's Wednesday, guys. It's my chiropractor Wednesday. I am headed there now. And I have so much to do, like so many phone calls. I have all my medications to refill. Thank goodness I stopped by the pharmacy yesterday and put them on pre-order. I need to also remember to call them to make sure to have them fill my fludrocortisone this morning. Because, yeah, I need to have that filled. Gosh, I'm so nauseous. I just want to like every couple words, like it hurts. And so I'm exercising my vagus nerve by my movements and my breathing. It's giving me a slight vertigo, so I know my brainstem is involved right now. And some of the cranial nerves are being somewhat blocked because I'm having like weird headaches here and there. Things are shifting, right? They're just in a state of influx. All my muscles and ligaments and bone are all in like influx right now. They're chained to change. I'm trying to force them to change and go into alignment, but my body is just not allowing it to stay. There are too many things pulling on it in different directions on the inside. And I feel like there's like a tug of war going on. And it finally got to the point where it's affecting my immune system. Essentially, my body made me sick. It's making me sick to my stomach right now. But what I would like to do today, since I got paid, make my Amazon payment. I need to try and throw a large amount of money at my chiro, but I really can't afford to do much right now. I just can't. Like, I would love to throw $500, $800 at that stinking bill and make a minimum payment on all my other cards, and I need to be making progress and paying one bill off at a time. And I like to pay off people that I owe that are closer than companies. But my friend is trying to be elusive and trying to get me to work for him like he paid me already. So I owe him. And so it's just waiting for him to figure out what he wants me to do for my labor, because my time is worth money. And he knows this. He's a good friend to have, however, it does come with those stipulations, and I know this. He would much rather have me work it off, doing odd jobs like painting or tearing something apart or whatever it may be. He would much rather pay me for labor and pay me cheap labor. He doesn't like to pay me what it's worth, as I'm now really disabled. I'd much rather pay him the money back, but he would much rather me work it off. I know it. That's the kind of person he is. Time is money to him. Time is money. Not money is money. Time. He wants your time. But I don't blame him. He's an older dude. Like, he's like my parents' age. Like, I respect him. He bought his house at the age of 18 when things were actually affordable. But still unheard of. He's been entrepreneur, like, for the majority of his life. Mostly construction stuff. Blue-collar jobs. But yeah, my body is not cool with work anymore. It's just not. And the more I feel like I'm getting behind, the more rushed I feel. And the more rushed I feel, the more kind of anxiety I get, because I just want to get it done. And I don't want to procrastinate, and I know I have those habits to do that. Out of sight, out of mind. Like, just one of those things too. If I don't get talked to for a while about a certain thing, I'll tend to forget about it. So that's why I tell people to remind me when I'm obligated to do something, or say that I'm going to do something with you, because I need help in that area of my life. Be patient with me. Don't get it. Just don't get impatient with me. That's like the biggest trigger for me, because it spikes my anxiety up so high. I'm already an anxious person as it is. And I haven't had any anxiety pills for like a week or so. I'm feeling that medicine today. That will help me get through these steroids that are like really anxiety inducing and adrenaline inducing, and to stay in that rate of survival mode with steroids is not good. I'm trying to wean myself off of them. So yeah, I keep distracting my thoughts and my senses with all this that's going on right now in my head. So I'm trying to be mindful and think about this while I'm doing go through the motions with my body during the day. Because I'm not all checked in to what I'm doing. I'm distracted by my thoughts with my ADHD, which makes it bad because I can get complacent like that. And then I'm just in survival mode at all times. And your body's not meant to be in survival mode at all times. It gets sick and diseased, and it's not worth it to burn yourself out and get sick. I watch my friend who's an investigative journalist. I watch him, how he works his butt off. And he's on the spectrum. And he just doesn't grasp at times the gravity of things because of his own thought processes. Burning himself out, man. I'm seeing it. I see the signs. It happens every summer too. Like, he's really overworked. Like, I don't know about underpaid now. I think he's actually getting paid what he's worth. But now he's sick, man. He is sick. I don't know what's wrong with him. Google always tells you that you're not gonna make it. Whenever you try and look things up. He thinks it might be diverticulitis or something else that he hasn't heard of. I'm knowledgeable on all this stuff. Like, if you really wanted to know, I could probably give him like the knowledge that I know about medical stuff. He doesn't really allow that though. Like, he just wants to say what he wants to say, get it off his chest, and be done with it. Like, that's his way of processing it. You know, if he decides to process anything at all, it's a fine balance with having a neuro spiciness. Like, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to become more knowledgeable and happy day by day. But these steroids really just put me a lot in my head. They make me moody because I'm in my head more. And I need to bring my head down to the clouds, and my body's trying to tell me that by making me sick. And like, hey, pay attention to me. My body's telling me, pay attention to me. And I'm like, what? What do you want, body? This is the conversation I try to have with myself in my head. Like, what do you want? What are you trying to tell me, body? You're trying to tell me something physiologically is going on. I'm not getting the right movement where I need to inside. Things are getting clogged. I'm just so sensitive to it. I recognize it when it happens. A lot of people are not this grounded and not that aware of their bodies and what their body is trying to say. I have had to train my brain to learn what my body wants me to know. It's taken a long time to get to this point. I've known my entire life that I'm different. I just didn't know how until I got to be an adult and learning how to read scientific, peer-reviewed medical research journal articles, things. It's a mouthful. Gosh, I'm so masculine looking today. My swelling and my edema in my face. The steroids are slightly bringing the inflammation down, but it's not enough. My body's in this freaking flare. This weather is not helping it any. This weather is really throwing things off. I had a long conversation about the weather yesterday with a little bit of my Ray family. I've been a little bit absent the Facebook chat. It's just what I do when I flare. The guy that kind of has some interest in me in Texas, long distance, I just don't think we're the right match. I think he wants it to be, but I am just not feeling it. I want somebody that's more attuned to themselves, and I just don't get the impression this guy thinks as deep as I would like. I don't know. I don't know the man very well, but I had my friend admit to me that he likes me. He kind of likes me, sorry. He kind of likes me. And like my girlfriend told me, she's like, what? There is no kind of. He either does or he doesn't. And, I understand the reservation because you're scared of rejection. So it's hard for you to throw yourself out there. I don't want him to feel afraid of throwing himself out there because that's part of life, it's part of learning, it's part of growing. And rejection isn't bad, it's being honest and truthful. People are so afraid of facing the truth that they would rather just not put themselves out there or say something or take a chance. You never know until you try. And I like that this guy is trying to make effort, and I do like him. He's okay physically, he's not bad. He's like average to me, he's like probably a 6 or 7. But I think I'm like a 6 or a 7, so he's kind of in my league. So nobody in my eyes is like a perfect 10. Never. Nobody is ever going to be a 10. I don't know what perfection is, but it's just there is no such thing to me. Nobody will ever be a 10 in my eyes. And for me, it's personality. Your personality needs to match my energy. I need somebody that can match me. And this guy so far, I want to get to know him, and I don't want to just automatically I just like to get to know people, like in general. I like to get to know people and try to understand where they're coming from and experience other people's experiences through storytelling. But I really want to pass my knowledge along too, and I want somebody to respect me and make me feel heard. And I know I'm a lot, so I try my best to just kind of hang back and let other people take the reins on the friendship, because I don't know where I fall. Everybody has their own perception of everybody in their head. Like, this guy might like think that I'm way up here or something, and he's just afraid of, you know. I'm just glad that he had the confidence to say something. Like, you never know. You just never know. I told him I kind of like him too, but I think the only reason there's the reservation is, one, the fear of rejection, and number two, you just don't know the person, and you really don't know a person until you live with them. Like, I'm not trying to go live with somebody either right now. He's trying to, like, be kind of coy, and that's what dating is. It's like just trying to get a baseline of who that other person is, so then you can act appropriately at whatever level they're at. But I don't really like dating. I don't like that whole process, but I like the process of just getting to know somebody without any expectations of them. Like, somebody could hold me to this high standard that I have no idea, you know, that they think of me that way, until you tell that person that you feel that way towards them. You don't know. I will never make assumptions of somebody. I have bias, personal bias, of course, but everybody does. Everybody does. Everybody's biased in some way. That doesn't mean everybody's like racist or, you know, stereotypical or whatever the case may be. It's just some people have like this expectation of this other person, and they hold them up here, and then they, you know, and then when somebody feels like they're finally vulnerable enough to be able to allow the other person in, are they really going to be sticking around? Are they going to run away because they don't like who you are? Do you like who you are? Because that's why you really should care about yourself and self-care. Take care of yourself, love yourself, be your own best friend. And a lot of people I know don't talk to themselves very nice. Their self-talk is just negative, and that's why I attract people with my personality and energy. They want to understand how I am the way I am. I'm a curious person, just like everybody in this world. But a lot of people don't have that pull or that magnetism or what they call charisma. And it's because I like to pay attention to people. I like to listen. I like to try to be as non-biased as possible. But I mean, I have to sometimes just not say something to protect the other people's feelings, because I don't know how to word something or say something without coming off, you know. I want to be honest and truthful. I don't want to lie. I just don't. There's some things that are better left unsaid. I have learned that in life. There's some things that are just better left unsaid. And so I'd rather be quiet and kill with kindness at times, rather than being too upfront and honest, because that is what kills relationships and friendships at times, is the pure honesty. Pure honesty. People don't want to hear the truth. I do. And those feelings are lessons every single time I have to feel the feelings about certain things and certain feelings. want to. Oh, of course I want everybody to like me. Of course I want everybody to feel like I'm relatable. You know, of course I do. Everybody does. Everybody wants to feel accepted and validated and real and heard. And it's hard to feel vulnerable or get vulnerable with people because people don't like to be honest and truthful about things, no matter how much it hurts. So there is a respectful way to go about it. You don't have to disrespect somebody to tell them the truth. There's tact here. Hello, camera sliding. Of course, I wanted to take a drink when I turned the corner. Yeah, there's such a thing as tact, people. I don't know if we just lost it with everybody becoming neurodivergent these days because trauma responses, and then it just kind of eats away at somebody's like healthiness. I don't know. I relate a lot of my sickness with stress and burnt out, and there's sometimes that I can't do anything to stop the cascade of being in a flare. And there's other things that I know I could do to help prevent flares like this being so frequent, if I can ever get out of it. Sometimes it can take a long time to get out of a flare. It's not always cut and dry and easy. There's a lot of external factors, my environment, what kind of mood are my roommates around, you know. My roommates are my parents, so what kind of mood are my roommates in, though, you know? I have to be mindful about their moods, what they're going through, what they're experiencing on the day-to-day. And a lot of the times, I'm not thinking about other people's feelings or my, you know, anything else. And so it's nice to be at home and in my safe zone in my bedroom and just kind of perm it up and just process what I need to, be in a flare if I need to. I really would love to be a lot more accomplished, and I can get more done every day with all my errands and running around and bills to pay and medicines to fill and doctors to go see and trying to take care of myself, make sure I have enough fuel in this body to keep going, not using too many spoons, my spoon theory. I've been on the YouTube watching videos a lot over the last couple of days, trying to not process my own feelings, but distract myself enough because I'm in my flare. I've been making a few posts on Facebook. I've been going to other people's pages. I've been trying to seek the right person out to talk to right now as I'm dealing with my flare disabled life. The right people come at the right times in one's life, and instead of trying to force it, I'm just allowing things to happen as they come. I'm trying to be mindful of my body and mind being in a flare right now. So understanding I'm on edge because of the medication, what it's doing to mess with my hormones and cycle. But I really do think my menstrual cycle brought on this flare this time. It was just the right amount of stress at the right amount of inflammation and the right amount of everything that it's like, okay, my body's not happy. My body's not happy if it's not fighting off some other sickness or something. It has to be actively fighting off another sickness to leave my body alone before it goes into autoimmune flare. So I'm like a ticking time bomb, essentially. I can go into flare at any time for any damn reason. And it's usually an accumulation of things that causes a flare. And so all the conditions were right. And it is what it is. I wish I could get my blood checked every freaking week, though. Because it would really help give me answers to understand why I'm feeling the way I am. But my body is destroying its own red blood cells right now. And I'm just continuing the destructive course while it's in the flare that it is. The inflammation that's systemic is sucky, dude. I'm sorry, it sucks. It sucks for me right now. I'm about to feel a lot better in a few minutes though. Cairo, here I come. I love you guys. Keep smiling. Never give up. Because life is too short. And when you get to be so diseased and disabled, if you ever do, hopefully way late in life, I'm not at the age of 28 like me, and now I'm 44. I've been living with disabilities for quite some time. It really shocked my guy friend in Texas that likes me, kind of likes me. I need to come up with a nickname for him. So, anyway, gotta go. Time to get help. Bye.